trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
Do a solid for your
Every
boy.
morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen
There's
now.
9 now. I mean, it's quickly going up, and the thumbs
Every
up are
morning
going
I
up
wake up to
too.
the sound.
I might as well, you know what? I might as well hop on here. I did a lot of research for today. Morning, Troy. Morning, the market. Good morning, market. I actually did it, morning, Chris. Merry Christmas, everybody. Day after Christmas, and happy pre-New Year. There's going to be a lot of words today versus articles and things of that sort. Today, Roaring Kitty posted about GameStop. It's up. I'll tell you how much the shares actually, the cash that they have on hand. And don't worry, if it's a short squeeze and it's going up because of a short squeeze, they'll just dilute everybody. So, there's no more, oh my God, it's going to 400. Netflix, no issues yesterday. Argentina, if you remember Stanley Druckenmiller, I always call him Drunken Miller. But he said Argentina back in May. We'll look at that and we'll look through his process because it's fairly simple. We'll look at some technical strategies and my strategy around Apple because I did pull the trigger on a bunch. CNBC had this quarterly survey, which they've been promoting on air. I've had the show on for a little while, and they're promoting it every freaking thing. This result, I can't find the damn thing on the website, but there have been a couple that they mentioned. I thought it was interesting. MasterCard just released a survey that retail sales are up. And everybody was saying that they're going to be down, so be careful what you listen to. A trendline trader, I'm going to show you a short. Well, I looked at a short. I mean, I've been following this girl on YouTube for a little while. She just trades with trend lines, and she's super successful. So we'll take a look at that. Blood in the street strategy for QQQ seems to work. Great moving average strategy from Steve Burns. What's one risk on Bitcoin? It came out today that Russia's actually using Bitcoin. Bill Murray signs up for Alpha Picks. You're late to the game, but it's not a bad time to buy in. And any time buying in Alpha Picks is a good time. And Shai's 20 growth stocks and his complete portfolio that he tweeted out. So I think it's going to be a good show. I think it's going to be, pretty, again, it's going to be wordy. I don't think that I'll do much as far as like articles and news and things of that sort, but it'll be chart heavy. It'll be technical heavy. It'll be, where are we kind of stuff. So first we start off with the scans. And I know I put this in the newsletter last week and stuff, but if you got a workflow that works for you, great. If you don't, Trendspider's workflow of doing scan, creating your watch list, creating a scan to find bullish or, if you want to short, bearish stock setups, and then going in and trading in the strategy tester. I mean, can you get any better than a one complete tool to do this? You could even look up unusual options. You can look at the bubble charts. You can create a strategy in the AI trading model that works. There's so much. In Trendspider, there is a sale going on, by the way, and it's the last 16 hours of this sale. I did hear from Trendspider, and won't put this on the podcast, but you guys who join live. By the way, there's 9 thumbs up, but 16 people in here, so keep hitting that thumbs up. Trendspider did tell me we're going to give away another one. So I've given away 2. I've got to figure out the dates for this one. I think it's coming up in January, but we're going to give away another advanced for the new year. So I'll start announcing the contest. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I might actually do it. I got to figure out technically, can they do it on Substack? Because I might just do it. Hey, here are the people that signed up for the newsletter or, left a comment or did whatever. So I might do that. Yeah, let's do some scans because there's a lot. I mean, let's see. We have Goldman Sachs. We have Eli Lilly. We have Qualcomm. We have Berkshire. We have NFLX. We have XOM. And we have Apple. All of that because prior to the, let me see, remove all text. There we go. Prior to the Christmas holiday, I guess it was Tuesday, a lot of this shit just went up. I mean, Tuesday, my portfolio. Morning, Scott. So much work. But yeah, God, it was a great market on Tuesday. I don't know about you, but I hit all-time highs in my personal portfolio. And then I gave away, okay, I don't know if I feel very uncomfortable talking about money and my issues and things of that sort. It's one of my, I don't like to tell people what I have, and it's kind of, one of those things that I never want to flex. But it's a good time of the season. I gave away, I donated. So anybody that's a Seinfeld fan, you guys know George Costanza. During the holidays, he handed out cards that said he made a donation in your name to the Human Fund. Fidelity has a giving program, and it's called a charitable. It's basically like a charitable trust, and you can create your own charitable trust. And I give enough each year that it actually made sense this year to set up a charitable trust. And so I didn't give the money away yet. I am going to donate it, but I put it into the charitable trust, which means I get the tax deduction this year. So it was a good 5-figure amount. I give 5 figures usually a year, but this was pulling forward a few. And I don't know if I'm going to do how much money I made this year on the podcast, but I think I'm at 125,000, just so you know. I've done well. You guys have supported me really, really well. And what's nice about it is I don't believe that I've shilled anyone or done any kind of, oh my God, you've got to get this. I've given you tools that have given you back. So the main portion of the money, I do make money from ads. I do make money from the newsletter. Those two things are very minor portions of the income. The main portions, which I'm very proud of, are the affiliate from Trendspider and Seeking Alpha. And so when I tell you to get those tools, my belief is that these tools have made you money. So while I've made money off the affiliate agreement, affiliate revenue, I do think that you guys are getting back significantly more than what you're paying. So that's why I'm kind of happy that I've made that much money, because it does mean that more people are getting the 4-hour algorithm, more people are getting 65-minute algorithm, more people are developing their own algorithms, more people are getting alpha picks, like Bill Murray just got alpha picks. More people are getting seeking alpha and getting into the quant. PSIX, which I brought up, and we'll bring that one up in a little while. That was up like 30% on Tuesday. When I brought it up on Monday, it was up another 20%. It's up over 30 now. So the 4-hour algorithm works on that one. So hopefully you have gotten into that one. I personally have not. And wow, energy is taking off. My guess is this is probably a lot of the China stimulus, LNG, VST, ET, UTG, and KOLD, and EQT. So, more on Mike. 17 people, 11 thumbs up. I honestly expected like 5 people to show up the day after Christmas, but and I am holding off, but I do have some changes for the new year in my schedule and things of that sort. I'm not going away, but I might slow it down a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm going to be completely unreachable. It just means that, paid newsletter people will get more. The free stuff, it's not going away at all. I like I said, I do this shit for free, so I don't mind at all, but I do want to give the value to the people who have supported. So in the new year, you'll get some financial independence. I'm going to wrap that in because I think a lot of people like spider sectors. Wow. I think a lot of people like the retirement stuff, like how I do it. I think I've got some, the last Fire podcast was around, I think 1 year after I retired. It'll be January. It'll be 5 years that I left my job. And I haven't made it big time. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not even F list. I'm probably Z list on the celebrity kind of thing. I've done well. Spotify still by far the one, and they just, so I do have specific Spotify reps and stuff. And what's interesting about the Spotify reps is they send me over. There are some really cool things that they have coming up, like automatic translation into other languages. And wow, we've got a ton on the watch list. Oracle, Target, GE Healthcare. And healthcare is just a hated sector, man. Is that ever going to get? JP Morgan, Skyworks, Sentinel, GLW, Lyft, TOST, AMD. I mean, Tuesday was the Santa rally, by the way. We're going to have a down day today. My guess, and it's just a guess, is that the afternoon winds up positive. So if you'd like to trade, I think you could absolutely trade today and probably make some pretty decent money on some of these leveraged ETFs. The Dow, I mean, listen, the Dow has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks that are bullish in the 4-hour algorithm: Visa, Goldman Sachs, Cisco, American Express, Apple, JP Morgan. That's out of 30 stocks, you have 6. That's huge. Global Foundries, Synopsys, PayX, XEL, and SSBIIB, on Semi, AMD, Qualcomm is in the core portfolio, so that's in there already. I'm not a big fan of I fucking hate Comcast. CDW, T-Mobile, which is in our watch list, so that should have come up already. We'll put it in there if I put it in a couple of times. MCHP, NXPI, APP, AMAT, ADP, Monster Energy, TRMS, MNST, CSX, AZN, ADI. Okay. And let's go to the S&P. Whew. No, you're not going. No, you ain't going downstairs. No. We got Ford, CVS. Let's see. Morgan Stanley, Oracle, MasterCard, Target. Interesting. UNP, UPS, T-Mobile. Okay. I mean, it's a long list. Okay. I'm going to put you on the countdown real quick. Be right back.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to this.
Okay, my apologies. I had to I had to bring the dogs downstairs. Congratulations, Chris. Second year, yeah. First year, scary as F. And I think, Chris, you'll agree with this. First year is scary as hell. Second year becomes a little more comfortable. I can tell you the third year, actually, you wind up realizing, oh my God, my second year was 2022, that bear market, and I was nervous as hell. Third year was 2023. So I realized, oh my God, yeah, it's great. Fourth year was just, I guess, yeah, I guess it'll be the fourth year in January, not the fifth. So the fourth year in January, and it was another bull market, and I'm at all-time highs, and I haven't had any drawdowns, and I actually made a business that was able to make me money. So I think, I'm not retired officially anymore, but it is, the first year is scary as hell. I just will tell everybody who decides to do it, making your way through. This is part of what I think I could bring to the paid folks is healthcare is the number one thing, and it's scary as hell to try and find healthcare and do that stuff. Second is really the did you change your lifestyle? That's the biggest thing, DJ, is that, and I think Chris will agree with me on this one. It's hard to, so my entire world has always been underspending, and financial analysts will tell me that based on the amount of money that I have, I'm not spending enough, and I'm going to leave a lot of money. And there's a guy, Bill, God, I forget, Perkins, I think his name is. He wrote How to Die with Zero. And he was one of, I've been on several like fireside chat with him, like Zoom calls and stuff like that, where it's just, a few people. And he talks about, dying with zero and how to do that. And I haven't been good. So has my lifestyle changed? No. I'm still living a minimalist lifestyle. I could absolutely live on $36,000 to $40,000 a year. Outside of my mortgage. I don't know. I mean, I have a $2,500 a month mortgage, just be perfectly honest with you. So I think it's like $2,600, somewhere around there. It's on auto pay. I don't even think about it. It's a 4.5% rate. I don't care, because I'll probably beat 4.5% in the market. So whatever money you want to take at 4.5%, I'm completely fine with you taking it, so that I don't have to take money out of the market. It's just my thought. Okay, hold on one second. Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's the way to live, Chris. I think house, I didn't spend on cars until I got to a point, and then even I'd just buy and hold cars. I don't, upgrade typically. It's like a 5-year upgrade cycle typically. Yeah, Mike, I probably need the podcast, by the way, is now officially a business where It's not officially. It's going to be in the new year. I just didn't do it right. I had never expected to make money off the podcast, but it will be a business in the new year, an actual business that actually pays me a W-2 because I'm looking at buying a house in Florida that I'd like. And that was part of what I'm going to go over today is let's just look. Okay. Shy's 20 growth stocks in his portfolio. This is a great thread. I like this one. He's got 20 stocks in there, and it's a good one. This is Bitcoin. We're going to go over what could be the downfall of Bitcoin. This is a trend line issue. No, that's not the one that I wanted. We're going to look at, I've got to go look at Steve Burns. He had a great post about trend moving averages. So let me find that. I mean, he posts just some of the time. It's just, I mean, he's got great posts, but let's see, where is his moving averages post? Man, I don't think I could do this. Yeah, here we go. Moving average guide. Copy link. I probably should have just. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna look at this. That's it. And here's some great moving averages. Blood in the streets. This is an interesting strategy that Trendspider had back tested a little. Great strategy for buying dips, and it's enters when the long price trades at least 10% off its 20-week range high. So you can build it in Trendspider by simply just typing that in. Open with, this is the trend line that Trendspider just put out there. That, hey, this is the weekly chart of SPY. And it goes back to COVID. And if you just look at that, then, the lows, are we heading back there? Could be. This is the trendline trader that I was talking about.
What is my strategy?
She's great. I mean, she's great. She is great. Online shopping. Here's the article. This is late burst helps holiday sales. And so don't listen to people. My Apple strategy will go into, I'm going to move this perplexity over here. I'm going to move that over to here. Because Stanley Druckenmiller's play on Argentina was really good. And PSIX, if anybody traded it, they are now going to be on the NASDAQ instead of over the counter. And the stock shot up. So it's still one of the top quant stocks. And like I said at the beginning, Roaring Kitty tweeted, so GameStop is up. This is how I do it. Oh, that might be good. Larry, might be a good one, Mike. I mean, paid subscribers, you can ask me pretty much anything. I mean, whether it's a direct message on Substack, an email, I think anybody can ask me anything. The only thing I really can't give guidance on, and it's not anything that is horrible or legally. I just, legally I'm not supposed to give advice. I'm perfectly willing to give friends advice, but I'm not willing to give portfolio advice. Should I buy this over this? Do I have too much risk in my portfolio if I buy the Qs over VOO? Do I have, what's the danger of owning this stock? Things of that sort, I don't feel comfortable giving because I'm not you. There are plenty of people that have given me advice. You should do this over this, and qualified people are financial analysts, and I just ignore them. So I don't feel comfortable giving that type of advice to people because if I did, I would become a financial analyst, a financial advisor. And Mike, yeah, if you're looking to retire, Mike, just let me know. I mean, it's going to be wrapped into the paid newsletter because I think a lot of people would be interested in that. I mean, obviously, I've gotten back into the working sense, but I don't consider this work because I would do this for free. I did this for free. For 4 years, I did this for free. For 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, and Chris, one of that mindset of I have this money and I can spend this money. I mean, there's a guy who let me see. It's Ramit. Let me see. His name is Ramit. I talk to him sometimes. Yeah, Ramit Sethi. How to Get Rich. And he's a great guy. And, he's got a Netflix special if you want to watch it. And he's got really, really good stuff. And he's got a great podcast. He's fantastic. He's in a high net worth group that I'm in, Long Angle. And so we've messaged back and forth a couple of times. And I respect him. I mean, he talks no nonsense, and it's like, hey, you have this amount of money, you've got to live below your means. I mean, it's the Dave Ramsey stuff. But this guy, my guess is he's probably worth, and I hate guessing people's net worth, but I'd say 20, 40 million, maybe 50 million, somewhere in that neighborhood. And he rents a house. I mean, he doesn't own a house. He doesn't own real estate. He doesn't invest in stocks. He and I have had a debate on Long Angle about, is it worth your time managing your own stocks versus just buying VOO and being done with it? And he's got great points. The amount of time that I manage money, I enjoy it. So if you enjoy it, you go and do it. If you don't enjoy it, then don't do it. Just buy VOO. You can play with 5% of your stocks, but if there is no shame in just buying VOO and QQQ and just having a day at it. Yeah, Ramit is way better than Dave Ramsey, I think. Because Dave Ramsey, for me, it's too faith-based. And I don't say that that's a negative thing. I just think that his strategy is just faith-based. And I don't particularly care for that, but because that portion of his stuff doesn't have a lot to do with me. And so it's irrelevant. But I get why he pushes that. I mean, there's a lot of people who need to understand the community and faith and things of that sort is all wrapped in. And the people that you hang out with and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to start the podcast. You guys continue to chat. There are 15 thumbs up, 26 people in here. So, yeah, mortgage rates. I mean, I have a 4.5% mortgage. I was in the middle of refinancing down to 2.7 in 2019 when Trump lost the election. And then immediately, I didn't have a job. So immediately, right after he lost the election, literally Mnuchin, and I can tell this story, I think, but they pulled back funding. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac wouldn't allow refinancing of mortgages for people who didn't have W-2 jobs. And it was overnight. The decision was made overnight, right after he lost the election. And there was a lot of backroom kind of stuff. And it doesn't make sense for the government to give somebody with, significant money a 2.7% mortgage and back it and blah, blah, blah. But if there's anybody to give a mortgage to, I would say it would be me or Chris, who can pay it off and blah, blah, blah. Outright, not worry about it. But even at 4.5%, I was like, you know what? I'm at 2020. I was 8 years into it. And I said, it doesn't make sense. At some point, it does make sense to reset the clock if you're going from 4.5 to 2.7. But as rates started to go up, I just didn't think it was worthwhile. So. Okay, hold on one second. There's a lot of shit going on. Okay, no, I hear the dogs. Parents are downstairs with the dogs, so I think my dad's walking around with his cane, and Penny doesn't like the fucking cane. Fucking Penny. Good Lord. Okay, record now. Good morning. Merry Christmas, day after Christmas. It's Thursday, December 26th. Hopefully, the markets are a little slow today. You can see QQQ. We had a great pre-Christmas. I think it was Tuesday. I wound up taking a pretty major step in my portfolio. I've talked about it before. Again, it comes up. I'll outline what my strategy was, how I implemented it, how I went through it. It does not apply to anybody. Again, this is mine. It's not anybody else's. Roaring Kitty tweeted, we'll talk about that one. I wanted to revisit Stanley Druckenmiller's Argentina trade because I thought that was a great strategy and look at it. We will also talk about CNBC's survey, which I can't find on the survey. There's several things in there that I found interesting this morning. MasterCard pointed out that holiday sales are up. Online shopping grew. We'll talk about a strategy of an online trader that I actually follow who just uses trend lines. There is nothing more that she does. It's just trend lines. And while you're looking at trend lines, Steve Burns has a great guide to trend lines and what you can do it. QQQ strategy that Trendspider did. Some risks at Bitcoin because it was pointed out in the last few days that Bitcoin could have some major risks and Trump may not want to do what he was talking about. So again, I think the risk reward is perfectly fine. 20 stocks from Shai Bular. So he tweeted that out too. So let's talk about the market. And you can see the QQQ, the algorithm has you out. And so, right now Qs are down, let's see, it's down about 0.37%. Nothing huge. I would expect continued light trading this week and potentially next week. Until we get to January 2nd. And January 2nd, I think you're going to start to see some pretty major moves in some stocks. I think you'll see some major rebalancing going on. And so that is involved with strategy. And you can see on the 4-hour how the MACD down here, the MACD is below the strike price. It's just at the oscillator. The RSI is in no man's land. It's at 57. It's not telling you that the market is overbought. It's not telling you that the market is oversold. Your Bollinger Band's super, super tight. If we go to a weekly chart, which is the long term, again, when you're looking at a weekly, you're looking at a long-term trend. This is a long-term trend that is up. So do you want to get out on the 4-hour algorithm? I would argue on something like QQQ, you don't. You want to just look for entries with the 4-hour. It's how you use these strategies to build your portfolio, to make sure that you're in the right stocks, to make sure that, if there is a 20% correction coming, that you have the ability to pull some of your money out. But I say this all the time, it's time in the market versus timing the market. So the large majority of your cash, of your investments, should just stay invested. And if you can build one muscle through the years, it is that, hey, I'm going to stay invested muscle, even though there's fear and there's short term. And if you're looking at these things every day, I would argue I am fine looking at my portfolio 50 to 60 times a day, and I don't get nervous and I don't pull things out. If you are, like that, and me and Tyreek, we don't pull out. Tyreek Hill has 20 babies from 20 different baby mamas. He obviously doesn't pull out. So if you don't pull out, Go and look at it. If you have the fear of pulling out your money out of the market because, everybody's saying, Michael Burry, 20%, sell, all of those tweets and stuff. If you have that fear, just, don't look at your stock portfolio. Buy VOO and forget it. Put a large number into ETFs because ETFs will protect you. So let's talk about a guy who doesn't have fear. It's Roaring Kitty. This guy tweeted out this one, and what did GameStop do? It went up. It went up. GameStop in pre-market was up like 3% just based on this. Yeah, it's up 4% in pre-market. So I want to look at GameStop and how can you look at this one? How can you make money? It's been hovering just in this range. I mean, it hasn't gone down. These guys have an enormous cash pile. And how can you see how much cash that they have? We'll go over FinViz and look at GME. And FinViz is free for everybody. It's not a paid service. But your cash is over here on the left, and that's cash per share, and it's $10.34. Where are you trading right now? You're trading at $32. So if the company were just to fall down to $10 per share, load up. If it goes to $10 a share, just load up. Because the reality is they would be able to pay every shareholder $10, even if they had some type of major event go out. That's the cash on hand. Now, they don't have a strategy, and I'd argue, the short squeeze, you can take a look at even on FinViz, you can see the short side. Short interest is 31 million shares. The short ratio, 3.05. So they only have a short interest of 5-7%, somewhere in that. Short float, 7%, 7.6%. As you get a short squeeze, you will absolutely 100% get that they will issue more stock. So the short squeeze of going to 400 over the next year, like it happened before, it ain't going to happen again because they will just sell more shares. So you can trade GME, you can do what you want. I just don't think that Roaring Kitty has a strategy around it, but he's able to move markets. So Netflix, let's talk about Netflix because Netflix yesterday, and I have it in my notes, Netflix, I didn't have one problem streaming yesterday. It wasn't like the Tyson fight. They didn't have an issue. You can see in the algorithm, it got you out with an 18% gain. Now at 926, that's a little bit rich, okay? I have some friends who have sold their Netflix stock. If we go over to Wall Street and we see what they say it's worth, they still have their price target at 837. Now, 932, it's a rich price. The 52-week high is 941. If you want to sell this one and you want to get it cheaper, you maybe could. Squid Games premiered last night, the second one. They have a huge backlog of programming that I don't think anybody's disconnecting over the holidays. But come January, come February, in the first quarter, we saw this before where they had their super NFL games. Most likely, their report in January of earnings, they're going to show some type of increase from customers. And then what you could do is you could take that and move it down. If the price target from Wall Street doesn't come up, I'm going to be looking at pulling back on this one. If we just look at the chart on this one, the algorithm has you out. The algorithm makes you 177% over 24 months. Okay? Buying and holding makes you 213%. How do I want to play this one? I want to play this one, and I have been playing this one, where when the algorithm told me to get in, I got in. I didn't get out when it told me to get out. I didn't take profits on this. It's not one, I'm not disconnecting my Netflix. Again, my strategy is if I use the product, I buy the stock. Do I get out? No. Because look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart just has told me, hey, this is a good move. As we got to that 700, we've continued up and we still have confirmation. That's a stock that I want to stay in. But as we start to move down and as it starts to get a little bit overpriced at 940, it may make sense to take some profits. The RSI is a little high. So understand where your stocks are. Again, Netflix, I think it was really good yesterday. Another stock that I pointed out on Monday, and I said, hey, this one has been the top quant stock in Seeking Alpha, and we had an entry here at 23. And I said, it probably makes sense to buy at that 23 because this pullback and this gain, Again, we just broke the 200-day. And where are you going to go? You're probably going to go even higher. Look at the weekly, okay? Look at the weekly and look at the levels that I pointed out on the weekly. Where's the next level? It's 65. Where are you today? 32. 32. You were up 30-something percent, 26% on Friday. And what did they, on Tuesday? And what did they announce? They're joining the NASDAQ. They're joining the NASDAQ QQQ because they don't have the market cap to do that. They are joining the NASDAQ, so you could trade this over the counter before, but starting today, you get to trade this on the NASDAQ, PSIX. And this one has had a crazy, crazy run. Remember, this was pointed out, I think it was by Brian in the Facebook group, and all he did was go over to Seeking Alpha, and he went to top stocks, and PSIX was in there. You don't even see it right now in here. Okay, it's LX, KINS, it's Carnival, and United Airlines are the top four. And so if you just look at that and you look at the quant rating, what is the quant rating? It is basing stocks on 4 factors. Okay, we'll look at LX. It is valuation, growth, profitability, momentum, and revisions. And when you look at LX, this one is Lennox FinTech. This is a super, super small market cap, 993 million. Okay, not huge volume, 1,000 freaking shares. So you don't have a lot of shares that are trading, but it's run up and it's got super, super strong fundamentals. And that's what you look at in Seeking Alpha. And if you want Seeking Alpha, you know, again, there's a bundle offer, which you get premium and alpha picks. I'll explain alpha picks in a little bit, but you get premium and alpha picks and you save $159 by using that second link. Okay. The first link is Trendspider, and we talked about how my 4-hour algorithm, you can look at this, my 4-hour algorithm on PSIX, say you don't want to trade this one or you don't trust it. Find a strategy that works, and this one, my 4-hour algorithm works over 31 months, okay? 31 months. You have 31 positions. This makes you 666%. Buying and holding makes you 1,093%. But if you don't have the strength that we talked about for buy and hold, find a strategy that works. Why did I think 23 was so good? Look at where the MACD reset to. It's under the oscillator. Look at where the RSI is. It was at 21. This one had to come up. Buyers needed to show up. So that's, again, that's a strategy that I used. And that's what I looked at. And then all of a sudden, good news comes out and boom, it goes up. Now, I want to revisit a trade that I thought was pretty good. And I actually watched the interview. It was back in May. And it was May 22nd. Stanley Druckenmiller, he used AI. And he said, hey, this guy in Argentina, the president, he heard him speak. And he said it was a Davos speech about how this president was turning around Argentina. And what did he do? He literally, and if you want to read this is just a total transcript of the conversation. And he said, I heard him speak and I was inspired by him. And I liked what he said. And the Davos speech, again, it was legendary about how he was taking austerity away from people. But the president was still super, super popular, even though he was taking money away from his people. And it was because Argentina was spending too much. And he said he literally went into Perplexity, which is an AI. And I did it just today. And I said, give me the 5 most liquid ADRs in Argentina. And Perplexity said, based on information provided in the search results, the 5 most liquid ADRs, which is American Depository Receipts in Argentina, are MELI, YPF, GGAL, BMA, PAM. You can go and look at how well Druckenmiller has done since May. Was it a good strategy? I haven't looked it up. One that I did look up is the ARGT. Okay, ARGT is the symbol for the MSCI Argentina. Well, look at this. I mean, if you just go back to May, okay, let's just say it was May 22nd, somewhere in that neighborhood. Maybe you looked at it around this time and it was selling for, 59. Well, it went down to 57. You might not have felt good all the way from May till August, but where's it trading now? 84. 84. The austerity measures are working. Now, this one, what's interesting about this ARGT is we see, just like PSIX, the MACD has completely come down and reset. What happened the last time this happened? When it came down here, you were trading at 68. It ran all the way to 84. And if we go over here, ARGT, and you look at it, it's a strong buy in the quant. Okay, there's risk. There's always risk involved, and that's the one that has problem. But risk, again, you're rewarded with this one. So seeking alpha analysts say buy. The quant, it's got a 4.85. And you could probably still play his play on Argentina there. So I thought that, again, this is all about strategies. It's all about creating, hey, in my mind, I heard this. Let me go and research this. Let me talk about it. And even Druckenmiller says in the interview that he just takes, there's a long-term, I forget the guy's name, but he said just buy and research later. That's what he basically said. And Druckenmiller said that, and he put a ton of money into it, and he's probably doing really, really well. So let's talk about today's, my view on today. And we'll talk a little bit. I'll go more into strategies, but it's around Apple. And I know I've mentioned this before, but it goes more to a mindset about developing a strategy. So I sold quite a bit of Apple, and over 1,000 shares, quite a bit. I mean, let's talk. It was on Tuesday. There were several reasons. Okay, and this has to do with me personally, so it's not something that I'm telling people to do. But my personal situation is this a tax strategy, so it has complete view on me. These were shares that I purchased over a time where I'm going to take a large capital gains tax. So I'm going to pay quite a bit in capital gains. And part of that is because I believe that I'm going to make more money in the future. So I just want to take some money out, pay the 15% so that it's not 20%, blah, 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 blah. I also believe that doing it this year, I started talking about this in November, but this is how you develop a strategy. I talked about, hey, I may want to do this. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this in 2024 or just sell it at the beginning of 2025 so that I could reinvest it and then have the tax to pay next year. But because of the amount of money that I made this year and the amount of money that I'm expected to make in the future years, I just said, you know what? I want that money. I need the cash for a potential purchase in the new year. So I'm going to take the cash. I'm going to do some things. But even if I don't use that cash, I believe that this particular stock hitting all-time highs is going to go down in January. And let me go over kind of the reasons, and I could just buy it all back, pay the tax, and then just buy all the stock back and be perfectly fine. This is close to a $4 trillion company. It's trading right now at, I think I sold it 257. It's trading right now at 258. So again, I sold over 1,000 shares, so it's over $1,000. It's quite a bit of difference in money, but again, you can't time the market. If this gets to is the first company to get to a $4 trillion market cap, that's going to be about $264 a share. It's only 2% away. I want to ensure that I move some of my Apple stock to VOO for safety reasons. I do think it's reasonable for Apple to be a $4 trillion company with all of the money that they make. And remember, this is a stock that is the largest holding in most ETFs, and you've got record numbers of capital coming into the market. It makes more sense for you to hold Apple, in my opinion, than it does Nvidia at $3 trillion. Holding Apple at $4 trillion than $3 trillion. I just believe Apple has way more customers out there and way more ability to pull levers because they have the ability to create new products. What does Nvidia have? Nvidia doesn't have retail customers. They're selling to hyperscalers. And the second those hyperscalers, and you can hear it in Microsoft's CEO saying, hey, we're not chip constrained. We're not memory constrained. We're power constrained. You can hear it in Broadcom saying, hey, we've got thousands of, hundreds, the top four companies, they're all going to create silicon through Broadcom. And does that take money away from NVIDIA? Of course it does. Look at Google. They've got their new chips. They're not using a lot of NVIDIA chips. Look at Apple. They're not using a lot of NVIDIA chips. They're actually using their own chips. So I do feel more comfortable with Apple than NVIDIA. The other reason why I was selling this large amount of Apple at $4 trillion, do I think that this company could get to $8 trillion in market cap? No. I think that the fact that they buy back stock does appreciate the stock, and I think it's a savings account. I think it's perfectly fine, but I think there's risk there. And the final one that I think is risk is, when is Tim Cook going to retire? You know, when Steve Jobs stepped away and gave it to Tim Cook, there was a succession plan, and it was there, and it was internal. I don't know if that succession plan is there. They don't make that public. But I do have a feeling that I will be able to buy this stock at a 20% discount at some point in time from where it's trading, just because if Tim Cook steps away. That's just it. You know, again, I pointed this out too. CNBC had a quarterly survey, and I can't find the damn thing on the website. But of the people that participated in this stock, 77% believe that the 493 stocks in the S&P 500 will outperform the Mag 7. Now, that was the same as in 2023, and the Mag 7 did just fine in 2024. So I take it, and I just believe that it's okay. I just believe that, again, we're going to see some rebalancing. We're going to see some selling in January. And I think in those first 2 weeks, I think the Santa rally continues on. But I think just seasonally, we'll see some type of thing. And you can see it in the seasonal data. I mean, we'll take a look at this. And we'll go back, let's go back to 2005. And let's just look at the week of the year. It's not great. You get to the third week in January, fourth week in January, you start going down. So I do believe that I'll have the opportunity to buy this back. That's why I took the chain. Again, it's about building a strategy. So that CNBC survey, by the way, one of the other things that they said, they favored software stocks over semi stocks. Again, it gives me concern about NVIDIA. That's... Do I have a concern about Apple? No, I do have concerns about NVIDIA, but I do believe that NVIDIA's value, if they sell out of Blackwell, I don't think you get out of NVIDIA. I just think you have to be aware of these things. And NVIDIA, for me, wouldn't be a 60% of my portfolio. Apple, I'm perfectly fine holding 60%. It's just about building that strategy in your mind. The majority of survey participants also thought Bitcoin would hit 50,000 before 200,000. So listen to the survey. Understand that the majority of people, be careful what you wish for. I can't stand the CNBC website because they said, just find it on the CNBC. And I couldn't find it. And another example of what experts say that you might want to listen to, again, douche on the internet kind of stuff. We heard all about going into Black Friday, how there was a tremendous difference in the years where spending between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we had 1 week less of spending, and how retail spending was going to go down. Well, Visa and MasterCard just released their spending. It's going up. So again, don't listen to some experts. Make sure that you have your strategy in there. Walmart, Amazon, big winners. MasterCard actually pointed out that Nike in the apparel was a big winner. And could this be the turnaround that Nike was looking for? Remember, the CEO came out and he basically said, hey, the turnaround's going to take a long time. And if we just pulled up a 5-minute chart of the after hours on that one, I think you trade between this 66 and 88. If you want to start buying it here at 78, it might make sense. If they were the big winner in apparel, maybe, again, remember, October, I went into the outlet mall in Georgia, and I loved Nike stuff. I bought the sweatsuit that I'm wearing now. I bought a bunch of shorts. I bought a bunch of shirts. I hadn't liked Nike clothes before. All of a sudden, I really liked them. Then here, in the Simon Property Group Mall last week, I was sitting there. The only store that was packed was Nike. I didn't like any of the clothes, but it was the only store that was packed. Every other outlet mall store was empty. They did point out that Target could be a big winner in the new year. I am not willing to get back into Target. I don't trust Target's management. I think that they've led us wrong many, many times, but they pointed out, hey, this could be a one. And that trend line, we've broken it. One to put on your watch list maybe for the next year. And talking about trend lines, this is a woman, Tori Trades is her name on YouTube. She only uses trend lines. I mean, that's it. And so I'll put this short in. She lays out her strategy of just using trend lines. That's it. And you could absolutely just do that. And trend lines are a great thing to use. Now, Trendspider put this one out, a weekly chart of the S&P 500. Look at that going back to COVID. And look at where we are. Again, any trend line that touches 3 points or more, the more points you touch, the more validity that trend line has. This touches 4. It's not like, oh my God, overwhelmingly we have to come back. You could do trend lines, a bunch of different trend lines. If we just pull up VOO and we look at this one and we say, okay, we're going to do a weekly chart just like they did. We're going to take this out. We're going to remove all arrows. And we're going to say, you know what, that 2020 trade, if you just look at it, and here's how Trendspider can help you. Just with trend lines, point it there and see, it doesn't, you don't get to point it. You just want to touch a few points. And again, if you touch those few points, you see it. Now, if we go to a monthly chart on this one and we look at it, we're still in that trend line. If you put a trend line in there going to this COVID low and you just put that in there, we still have some room to pull back. You know, is the resistance line a little bit better? Let's look at a resistance line from the highs. You know, do you have more room to go? Absolutely. Look, you're touching more. If you take the highs of that February 2020 and you look at it and you look at this channel, maybe we're just still at the low. Maybe we have significantly more to go. You know, we can go back to the weekly on this one and we can put it, look, that weekly just comes up right there. And you can see that trend line. Maybe we have more to go. Maybe that 2022 just set us up for that leg up. But again, trading trend lines is incredibly powerful and important. I think it's a strategy that you could absolutely use. Now, another strategy, blood in the streets. This enters long when the price trades at 10% off its 20-week high. Exits after 3 months, 12 weekly candles. Great strategy for buying the dip. Look at the entry and look at the exits. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. Okay, this goes back to 2016. This is on a weekly chart. So this is a long-term strategy that is a buy the dip strategy. You can set that up in Trendspider. And we talked about Trendspider on sale. It's their holiday sale is going on just now. Okay, save 67%. If you don't know technicals, I would point out to you that this advanced tier right here, the advanced tier is far superior for $20 a month more than the enhanced. Throw out the standard while the sale's going on because it's only $2 more for enhanced, and enhanced gets you a one-on-one training session, just one. It gets you just one, but it gets you 100 simultaneous alerts. Again, you can take advantage of this for the whole year. It's $15 effing more. Okay, so if you're thinking about standard, just get the advanced, pass up the standard, just move up to that one. Now, if it's within your budget, I would get the advanced. And the reason I would get the advanced is down here at the bottom, unlimited one-on-one training. And think of it this way. For $20 more a month, okay, you can take one training course for the next 12 months, one per month for $20. What trainer do you have that would only charge you $20? Are you taking language lessons? I guarantee it's more than $20. Are you taking piano lessons? My girlfriend's a piano teacher. I guarantee you it's more than $20. So think of it that way as the investment. Again, while this sale is going on, it's 67%. You still have 65% next week, but why wait? It's just after Christmas. You probably got some money lying around from gifts that you got, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Any holiday that you celebrate, again, you can implement these strategies, and strategies are the key. Now, you see all those lines on my chart, like VOO. You know, we can get rid of. Let's remove all We'll just remove all of those. You see these lines on the chart, like that blue is a 50-day, the red is a 200-day, the green is 9, and then there's 21. Steve Burns lays it out here, okay? You can use, here's all the moving average guides. 5-day, use it for short-term momentum. Ideal for short-term momentum. Use it for PSIX. Create a strategy that goes around the 5-day. 10-day, it's good for short-term swing trades. Offers a bit more fluctuation than the 5-day. It provides more stability in finding a trend. 20-day, often used to define short-term trends, can signal potential reversals for a long-term trend. 50-day, this is moving into your medium trend, 6 to 8 months. This is a quality indicator for me. 200-day, this is the absolute, this is the standard. If you're talking about, the iPhone of moving averages, this is it. This is it. The 200-day. So make sure you have a strategy around moving averages. I think they're incredibly important. Now let's bring up our daily Bitcoin update. Bitcoin, let's see where it is. We're going to go over here. BTC versus US dollar. I think it's 96,000, 95,784. Remember, it dipped down to 94. We can go and look at the chart a little bit, but wanted to bring this up because one of the risks that's being brought up is the U.S. dollar. So the U.S. dollar is the global currency. It's the standard. So everybody that has to do like global trade, they have to buy U.S. dollars and they have to hold U.S. dollars. And then the U.S. government is able to sanction countries like Russia. Well, it's now come out that Russia is now using Bitcoin for international trade. And their foreign ministers are saying, why should we be beholden to the U.S.? We'll just buy Bitcoin. And then they can't, sanction us and reserve us. That's a risk because if Trump says, you know what, I still want the U.S. dollar to be the standard, the global standard, and then he's threatened by Bitcoin, maybe he doesn't make it a Federal Reserve. Maybe he doesn't go full on in crypto. He's unpredictable at best, but his entire cabinet again holds Bitcoin. So he'd be shooting himself and his, because his DJT does want to buy a crypto thing. He'd be shooting himself in the foot. I'd argue that, he's going to do something with it. I don't think that it's going to hit 250,000 like Tom Lee does, but I do think it's realistic to think that you could make 50% in this. I don't think that it's likely that we're going back to 50,000. But remember, here's the way to trade this. And there absolutely is a trade in crypto, is that if you think that it's going down and you're out, and you start losing 10%, get out. You can always buy back in. Okay, you can always buy back in. The algorithm has you in right here at 93,000. And remember, this trades 24/7. The 4-hour algorithm makes you 66%. Okay, it's the 3/6 is 66.6%. You can see it down there. Okay, over 5.6 months. If you just bought and held, you're up 69%. That 3%, if you're nervous about it, it doesn't make sense to buy and hold. Trade the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, that's what I would say. In the charts, we just had the death cross on the 4-hour. The 50-day just crossed the 200-day. If you go to the daily, it isn't even close. It isn't even close. So again, you have to make sure that you're confident in this. I would not put your entire portfolio into Bitcoin. I would not hold more than 5% of your actual net worth or portfolio in Bitcoin. In my mind, it's too risky. You do you. That's the thing. But that's my guidance, is less than 5% of your portfolio should be in this. But I'm perfectly comfortable holding an IBIT. I haven't traded MicroStrategy in a little bit because the last time it did get you out in the 4-hour algorithm, and I just got out. Again, it got you out, and we're trading at 358 right now, 350. So it's down 2%, MicroStrategy. This one I like trading in the 4-hour algorithm. Again, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 2,113% versus buying and holding makes you 1,866% over 24 months. You win 45% of the time. Okay, there's 22 positions. So what are you in, 10 out of 22? I'll take that, and I'll look at entering again. But again, I want you to be sure that you get out when the algorithm tells you. And if you don't have the algorithm, just sign up for Trendspider. And then you go back here and you email me. Just email me your confirmation page and I will send you back the 4-hour algorithm, 65-minute algorithm, all of the algorithms that I have, all of the watch lists that I have, all of the scanners that I have. Okay? So I do believe that Bitcoin is a good one. Now, say you don't like Bitcoin, you just want stocks. And you want, hyperbolic stocks that show growth. Shai Bulor just put out the 20 stocks in his growth portfolio. And he puts out his elevator pitch for all of them. Okay? They are all there. You can go over these 20. And I really, really like his pitches. There are some in here that I don't think about. And I'm like, I should look at that one. Okay? And maybe you don't like this one. Maybe you want to, just stay with Seeking Alpha. Remember, Steve Kress is going to come up with his top 2025 picks. I think I tweeted out about this. I'll put it in the newsletter. His 2025 picks are coming January 7th, I think. No, January 15th, maybe. I thought I put it out there. Maybe I didn't. I got to scroll back a ton to see where it is. But he's putting it out there, and those stocks have outperformed greatly the market, making like 200% last year and 155% the year before. I know I put it in the newsletter a couple of times, but again, he is putting that out. Maybe that's a strategy that you want. Remember, it's all about strategies. Now, let's talk about in the newsletter. If you go over here to the newsletter and you just go to the Daily Stock Pick newsletter and you scroll down to the last newsletter, if you just go down to the bottom here, the bottom has what's called scans, okay? These are scans that I do in Trendspider for bullish stocks in the 4-hour algorithm. I love trading that 4-hour algorithm. I like buying and holding on the 4-hour algorithm, okay? Today's list is enormous. Enormous. Absolutely enormous. It is a ton of stocks. And so the list is way too long to go over. I want you to subscribe to the newsletter. And then anybody that signed up for Trendspider, you can just go and put that symbol into Trendspider and look at the 4-hour algorithm chart. Right? Perfectly fine if you want to just comment below what your favorite stock chart is. And you could just comment below. It'd be a good one. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, anything that you celebrate. I wish you luck. The markets today, I do think that we wind up positive by the end of the day. I just think there's too much momentum in this market to actually wind up negative. If we do wind up negative, it's not a long-term outlook. I think it's just temporary. I think this QQQ will probably get a buy-in in the next couple of days before the end of the year. I think the Santa Claus rally is real. I just think that come January, you're going to have opportunities to buy stocks a little bit lower. So if you have some cash on the sidelines, sit there and wait. Okay. I will talk to you guys. I probably won't do a podcast tomorrow. I will probably do one next Monday. Okay. Take care. See you. Bye. Okay. Give me 1 second. I got to go blow my nose and stuff.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound.
Whoa, what happened with that camera? The FinGerm target. Honestly, I don't know what the FinGerm target is. Morning, Sean. Yeah, I think it might not be likely. I mean, it depends on what the Trump administration does, Chris, but if they start talking more about Federal Reserve with Bitcoin and stuff, I don't even think you hit that 70K again. Yeah. I mean, again, if you're thinking 70K and 150, it just makes sense to start adding on any dip that you see, even at 95,000. So that would be my take on it, is that, you know, anybody that wants to add to it, I think you're fine adding to it. I hope I did that right. Let me see. I think I did it right. The recording is what I'm talking about. Desktop. Okay, I did do it right. Okay. I think so. 38-minute podcast. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then I gotta cut out this little part. Okay. Man, my stomach is rumbling. That was my tummy. Green screen. Oh, no. Okay. And it is the 1226 pod. I don't know. Is the market open now? Yeah. Let's do an index. Let's do a Gary Fidelity check. Because I think I'm still up on Apple. I mean, Apple's not going to... I sold a lot. Still not. No. Market's down, I'm up. And that's probably because Apple's up. Let's see. All positions. Apple is up. Yep. Apple's at 259. Oof. Wow. I'd be up another couple thousand. God, it might be about $4,000 or $5,000 just with the little bit that I sold of the portion. Ugh. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Let me see. Any comments? 34 people. There's 24 thumbs up. There should be way more than 24. Splat. I don't know what the German. What's FinGerman target? Let's see. I can't even Google it, so I don't know what it is. So my answer is probably yes. I'll just say yes. I mean, you have a 50-50 chance. So will I say, if I say yes and it hits it, I look like a genius. If I say no and it doesn't hit it, I look like a genius. If I say yes and it doesn't hit it, what's the time frame? If I say no and it does hit it, then I look like a douche. So I'm going to say yes. Because your question is a yes-no answer. So, okay, I'm going to go put this together. I won't see you guys tomorrow, but I will talk to you Monday, I believe. What's the date Monday? I think we have a couple more. Let me see. I haven't looked at the calendar when actually New Year's is. So Monday is the 30th, then the 31st, and then we have the New Year. So I think the 31st, I think the markets close at noon. So I'll do one Monday. I probably won't do one Tuesday. And then I'll probably look at Thursday. Do you like Q2 Holdings? What's Q2 Holdings? Q2? Oh. It's a strong buy in the quant. Market cap is 6.3 billion, so it's smaller. Average price target 102, and it's trading at 104. They've chased it up, it looks like, way back here in 2021. Looks like the target was around 151. The valuation, they are making money, so they don't give forward guidance, it doesn't look like, or analysts don't. Price to book is financials. If this is a financial, price to book is pretty important, and that's an expensive price to book at 12. That's super, super expensive. I would say that their growth, that's really good. I mean, that's fantastic. Profitability, that's a good one. Let me see their cash from operations. That's really good for a bank, for financial. Momentum, I mean, you can't beat it. 33%, 80%, 103. Pull up the virtual analyst report, and we can look at this. Austin, Texas provides cloud-based digital solutions for regional and community financial solutions. Valuation is on the high side with a price-to-sales ratio of 9, considerably above the sector median. However, this does not overshadow its strong growth and momentum. That's exactly why it's a strong buy. Profitability shows mixed results. While the gross profit margin is at 50%, close to sector median 51, other profitability lag behind. Momentum is great. Revisions earnings are highly favorable with 9 upward and 14 upward on revisions in the past months, indicating strong analyst movement. So I'd say, yeah. I mean, I'd say this one isn't a bad one. But Keo, you'd have to kind of look at, does this fit within your risk profile? I mean, it's up 137% in 1 year. It's up 140% year to date. You're trading at 104, and it looks like the 52-week high went to 112. QTWO. 4-hour algorithm just got you out with a 40% gain. It makes you 199 versus buying and holding makes you 289 over the past year. The MACD is reset. I mean, I would argue that you're probably getting ready for a nice little spike there, but I probably would trade it on the 4-hour algorithm. 4-hour algorithm has a 55% win rate. Your average win is 14%. It just got you out with a 40% gain. So I would argue that you probably want to trade it on the 4-hour, but I don't think it's a bad one at all. I think it's a good stock, good looking stock. And I do think that the financial sector does well in the new year. I think with banking regulations being brought down and this one being a Texas-based digital bank, I think you're fine. Yeah, Keo, no problem. I'm gonna get out of here though because I do have I have to put all this together and do the newsletter and stuff like that. So I will be working probably till about 1 o'clock on this. So I do have a job. Retirement doesn't mean just sitting around. And yet it does look like, if you look at QQQ since the market started, since the market opened, you can see that's the 24th. Where's the 26th? Let's look at the pre-market. We'll open up the pre-market one. Yeah. I mean, you have solid confirmation above that 9-day. Looks like we're kind of in the mood to get maybe back up to 530 on the Qs. You look at the long term, just pull it out a couple of days. It looks like that 200-day is going to provide you some support today, maybe 527. If you do start to go down, you're only trading at 528, so it's not much. But again, the 4-hour, I think for me, I would probably wait until the 4-hour actually comes into play. To buy more, and I'll probably buy more. Okay, you guys take care. I will see you Monday. See ya.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell, my heart starts